The rain was relentless, mirroring the storm brewing inside me. I'm Alaric, 46, an IT specialist in Seattle, and until a week ago I thought I had it all: a loving wife, a comfortable home, and a future filled with shared dreams. My world shattered with a single, carelessly left open email. It started subtly. Bronte, my wife of 15 years, began working late more frequently. She'd always been dedicated to her job as a marketing executive, but this felt different. The late nights were accompanied by a newfound aloofness, a distance that chilled me to the bone. Conversations became stilted, her laughter less frequent, and her eyes, once filled with warmth and affection, now held a guarded secret. I tried to brush it off. Stress at work, I told myself. A demanding project. We'd been through tough patches before, and our love had always been our anchor. But this time, the anchor felt like it was dragging, pulling us apart. The first real sign came in the form of a misplaced phone. Bronte had always been meticulous about her belongings, but one evening she left her phone on the kitchen counter. A notification popped up, a message from a number I didn't recognize. Curiosity, that insidious serpent, coiled in my gut. I knew I shouldn't, but I couldn't resist. I picked up the phone. The message was simple, innocuous even: "Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night." But something about the winking emoji, the unfamiliar number, sent a jolt of unease through me. I quickly put the phone back down, my heart pounding in my chest. I tried to dismiss it. Maybe it was a client, a harmless flirtation. But the seed of doubt had been planted, and it began to grow, watered by Bronte's increasingly distant behavior. I found myself watching her, scrutinizing her every move, searching for clues. I felt like a detective in my own home, investigating the woman I loved. The late nights continued, and the excuses became more elaborate. A client dinner, she'd say, her eyes avoiding mine. A team-building event. I wanted to believe her desperately, but the doubt gnawed at me. Then came the email. It was a Sunday morning. Bronte was in the shower, and her laptop was open on the kitchen table. I was making coffee, trying to ignore the knot of anxiety in my stomach. I glanced at the screen, and my blood ran cold. The email was from a man named Caspian. The subject line was "Last night." I didn't need to read further. I knew. The world tilted on its axis, and the coffee cup slipped from my hand, shattering on the tile floor. I stood there, frozen, the shards of porcelain mirroring the fragments of my heart. I forced myself to read the email. It was filled with intimate details, declarations of love, promises of a future together. It was a betrayal so profound it took my breath away. Bronte emerged from the shower, her face flushed, a towel wrapped around her. She saw the laptop, the shattered cup, my face. Her eyes widened in alarm. "Alaric, what happened?" I couldn't speak. I simply pointed at the screen. She followed my gaze, and the color drained from her face. "Alaric," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Who is Caspian?" I managed to choke out, the words raw and painful. She didn't answer. Her silence was all the confirmation I needed. The next few hours were a blur of accusations, denials, and tears. Bronte confessed to the affair, claiming it was a mistake, a moment of weakness. She swore she loved me, that it meant nothing. But the words rang hollow, meaningless in the face of such blatant betrayal. Caspian, it turned out, was a colleague of hers, a younger, more exciting man. She'd been seeing him for months, lying to my face, deceiving me at every turn. The pain was unbearable, a gaping wound in my soul. I asked her to leave. I couldn't bear to look at her, to be in the same room with the woman who had so callously shattered my trust. She packed a bag, her eyes filled with tears, but I felt nothing but a cold, hollow emptiness. She begged me to forgive her, to give her another chance. But I couldn't. The image of her with Caspian, the words in that email, were seared into my brain, a constant reminder of her infidelity. After she left, I wandered through the house, picking up the pieces of my broken life. Every object, every photograph was a reminder of what we had lost. The laughter, the shared dreams, the promises we had made, all gone, replaced by a bitter residue of betrayal. I spent the next few weeks in a daze, barely eating, barely sleeping. I couldn't focus at work, and I found myself withdrawing from friends and family. The pain was all-consuming, a dark cloud that followed me everywhere. I considered confronting Caspian, seeking revenge, but I knew that wouldn't bring me any peace. My anger was directed at Bronte, at her betrayal, at her selfishness. One evening, as I was scrolling through Bronte's social media, I know, but I couldn't help myself. I stumbled upon a picture of her in Caspian, taken at a restaurant I recognized. It was a place we had celebrated our anniversary just last year. The caption read, "My soulmate." The rage that had been simmering inside me finally boiled over. I felt a surge of anger so intense it was almost blinding. I wanted to hurt her, to make her feel the pain she had inflicted on me. But then a different thought occurred to me. Revenge wouldn't bring me happiness. It wouldn't undo the betrayal. The only way to truly move on was to let go, to forgive, not for her sake, but for my own. It was a difficult decision, one that required a level of strength I didn't know I possessed. But I knew it was the right thing to do. I started therapy, seeking help to process my emotions and rebuild my life. I focused on myself, on my health, on my career. I reconnected with old friends, pursued new hobbies, and slowly, gradually began to heal. The pain didn't disappear entirely, but it became less sharp, less all-consuming. I filed for divorce and Bronte didn't contest it. She seemed genuinely remorseful, but it was too late. The trust was broken and there was no going back. A few months later, I received a call from a mutual friend. Bronte had been fired from her job. Apparently, her affair with Caspian had created a toxic work environment, and the company had decided to let her go. Caspian, predictably, had moved on to another woman. I felt a pang of sympathy for her, but it was fleeting. She had made her choices, and she had to live with the consequences. I haven't spoken to Bronte since the divorce. I don't know where she is or what she's doing, but I do know that I'm finally free. Free from the pain, free from the betrayal, free to start a new chapter in my life. It hasn't been easy. There are still days when the memories flood back, when the anger and sadness resurface. But I'm learning to cope, to move forward, to build a life that is fulfilling and meaningful. I've started dating again, cautiously, tentatively. I'm still wary of commitment, still afraid of being hurt again. But I'm also open to the possibility of love, of finding someone who will cherish and respect me. My experience with Bronte taught me a valuable lesson, that love is not enough. Trust, honesty, and respect are essential ingredients for a healthy relationship. Without them, even the strongest love can crumble. I don't regret the time I spent with Bronte. There were good times, happy memories. But I also know that I deserve better. I deserve someone who will love me unconditionally, who will be faithful and true, who will never betray my trust. And I believe that one day I will find that person. Until then, I'm focusing on myself, on my happiness, on building a life that is worthy of love. The rain has stopped now and the sun is shining through the clouds. It's a new day, a new beginning, and I'm ready to embrace it. I decided to sell the house, too many memories. I moved downtown into a modern condo with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. The view is breathtaking, a constant reminder of the possibilities that lie ahead. I threw myself into my work, taking on new projects, learning new technologies. I found a sense of satisfaction in mastering complex problems, in creating innovative solutions. I also started volunteering at a local animal shelter. I've always loved animals, and spending time with them is incredibly therapeutic. There's something about their unconditional love that is truly healing. I adopted a rescue dog, a scruffy terrier mix named Pixel. He's been my constant companion, my furry shadow. He greets me at the door with enthusiastic tail wags and sloppy kisses, and he always knows how to make me smile. My friends have been incredibly supportive throughout this ordeal. They've listened to my rants, offered words of encouragement, and reminded me of my worth. I'm grateful for their friendship, for their unwavering belief in me. I've also learned to forgive myself. I spent so long blaming myself for Bronte's betrayal, wondering what I had done wrong. But I've come to realize that it wasn't my fault. Her actions were a reflection of her own character, not of my shortcomings. I'm not the same person I was before the affair. I'm stronger, more resilient, more self-aware. I've learned to value myself, to prioritize my own happiness, to set boundaries. I'm also more cautious in my relationships. I'm not afraid to be vulnerable, but I'm also not naive. I'm taking my time, getting to know people, looking for red flags. I've met a few interesting women since the divorce, but none of them have felt quite right. I'm not in a rush. I'm waiting for someone who truly understands me, who shares my values, who is willing to build a life with me based on trust and honesty. I know she's out there, and when I find her, I'll be ready. I'll be ready to love again, to commit again, to build a future filled with happiness and joy. In the meantime, I'm enjoying my life. I'm traveling, exploring new places, trying new things. I'm taking care of myself both physically and mentally. I'm surrounding myself with positive people and experiences. I'm living proof that it is possible to heal from betrayal, to move on from heartbreak, to find happiness again. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes courage, but it is possible. So if you're reading this and you've been through a similar experience, know that you're not alone. There is hope. There is healing. There is a future waiting for you. Don't give up. Keep moving forward. Keep believing in yourself. You deserve happiness and you will find it. The other day I was at a coffee shop and I saw Bronte. She looked different, older, tired. She was with a man who looked vaguely familiar. I realized it was Caspian. They looked unhappy, arguing quietly over their coffees. I felt a strange mix of emotions, pity, sadness, and a sense of vindication. But mostly I felt relief. Relief that I was no longer with her, relief that I had escaped that toxic relationship. I walked past them without saying a word. I didn't want to engage, to rehash the past. I simply wanted to move on. As I walked away, I couldn't help but smile. I was free, I was happy, and I was finally at peace. The journey hasn't been easy, but it has been worth it. I've learned so much about myself, about love, about life, and I'm grateful for the lessons, even the painful ones. I'm ready for whatever the future holds. I'm ready for love, for happiness, for adventure. I'm ready to live my life to the fullest. And I know that Bronte's betrayal, while devastating at the time, ultimately made me a stronger, better person. It forced me to reevaluate my priorities, to focus on my own happiness, to create a life that is truly authentic. So thank you, Bronte. Thank you for breaking my heart, because in the process you helped me find myself. It's been 5 years since the divorce. I'm remarried now to a wonderful woman named Isolde. She's kind, compassionate, and incredibly supportive. She loves me for who I am, flaws and all. We have a beautiful life together. We travel, we laugh, we support each other's dreams. We have a strong foundation of trust and honesty, and I know that our love will last a lifetime. I think about Bronte sometimes, but it's rare. When I do, I feel nothing but gratitude that I'm no longer with her. I'm grateful for the life I have now, for the love I have found, for the happiness I have earned. And I know that even though her betrayal was the most painful experience of my life, it ultimately led me to where I am today. So, thank you, Bronte. Thank you for setting me free. One evening, Isolde and I were having dinner at a new restaurant downtown. As we were leaving, I saw Bronte again. She was sitting at the bar, alone, nursing a drink. She looked even more tired and worn than the last time I saw her. I felt a pang of sadness for her, but I quickly pushed it aside. I had my own life to live, my own happiness to cherish. I took Isolde's hand and we walked out into the night, leaving Bronte behind. And as I looked up at the stars, I knew that I had finally closed that chapter of my life for good. I often reflect on the events that unfolded. It's easy to feel anger and resentment, but I try to focus on the positive. The experience taught me resilience, self-reliance, and the importance of self-love. It also made me appreciate the true value of genuine connection and the devastation that betrayal can inflict. I've learned to trust my instincts and to be more assertive in my relationships. I'm no longer afraid to walk away from situations that don't serve my best interests. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and that even the most painful experiences can lead to growth and transformation. My journey has been difficult, but it has also been incredibly rewarding. I'm grateful for the lessons I've learned, and I'm optimistic about the future. I've also realized that forgiveness is not about condoning the actions of others, but about freeing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment. It's about choosing to move forward and to create a life filled with peace and happiness. So, to anyone who has experienced betrayal, I offer this advice. Allow yourself to grieve, but don't let the pain consume you. Seek support from friends, family, or a therapist. Focus on self-care and on building a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. And remember that you are worthy of love and happiness. Don't give up on yourself, and don't let the actions of others define who you are. You have the power to heal, to grow, and to create a beautiful future for yourself. And finally, remember that you are not alone. There are countless others who have experienced similar pain and who have emerged stronger and more resilient. You are part of a community of survivors and you have the strength to overcome any challenge that comes your way. So keep moving forward, keep believing in yourself, and keep striving for happiness. The best is yet to come. Looking back, I see how naive I was, how easily I trusted. But I refuse to let Bronte's actions define me. I am Alaric, a survivor, a lover, a friend. And I am ready for whatever life throws my way. I now understand that true love is not about possession, but about mutual respect, trust, and support. It's about celebrating each other's successes and offering comfort during difficult times. It's about building a life together based on shared values and dreams. I'm grateful for the love I have found with Isolde. She is my rock, my confidant, my best friend. She has shown me what it means to be truly loved and accepted for who I am. And I know that together we can overcome any obstacle that comes our way. So to all the betrayed husbands out there, I say this: don't lose hope. There is life after betrayal. There is love after heartbreak. There is happiness waiting for you on the other side. Just keep moving forward, keep believing in yourself, and keep striving for the best. You deserve it. And remember, you are not alone. We are all in this together. We are a community of survivors, and we will support each other every step of the way. Now, years removed from the pain, I've even found a way to channel my experience into something positive. I volunteer as a mentor for men going through similar situations, offering support and guidance as they navigate the treacherous waters of betrayal and divorce. It's incredibly rewarding to see these men heal and rebuild their lives, to witness their transformation from broken, defeated individuals into strong, confident survivors. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for a brighter future. I also advocate for more resources and support for betrayed spouses, raising awareness about the emotional and financial toll of infidelity. I believe that society needs to do a better job of supporting victims of cheating and holding perpetrators accountable for their actions. My experience with Bronte has made me a more compassionate and empathetic person. I'm more attuned to the needs of others, and I'm more willing to offer a helping hand to those who are struggling. I've learned that life is too short to hold onto anger and resentment. Forgiveness is not about forgetting, but about letting go of the emotional baggage that weighs us down. It's about choosing to move forward and to create a life filled with peace and happiness. I'm not perfect, and I still have my moments of doubt and insecurity, but I'm a work in progress, and I'm committed to becoming the best version of myself. I'm grateful for the lessons I've learned, and I'm excited about the future that lies ahead. So to all the betrayed husbands out there, I say this: you are not defined by your wife's actions. You are worthy of love and respect. You have the power to heal and to create a life that is filled with joy and fulfillment. Don't give up on yourself, and don't let the pain of the past hold you back from achieving your dreams. The world is waiting for you, and you have so much to offer. And remember, I'm here for you. If you need someone to talk to, someone who understands what you're going through, please don't hesitate to reach out. You are not alone. My story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable pain, it is possible to heal, to grow, and to find happiness again. It's a story of betrayal, but also a story of hope, of forgiveness, and of the enduring power of love. And as I look out at the city lights from my condo window, I know that I am exactly where I am supposed to be. I am surrounded by love, by happiness, and by the unwavering support of my amazing wife, Isolde. And for that, I am eternally grateful. So, thank you for listening to my story. I hope it has inspired you, comforted you, or simply reminded you that you are not alone. Remember to prioritize your own happiness, to surround yourself with positive people, and to never give up on your dreams. The world is full of possibilities, and you have the power to create a life that is truly extraordinary. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember that you are loved. And if you're going through something similar, please know that you're not alone. There's a whole community of us out here who understand and support you. Reach out, connect, and remember that healing is possible. You've got this. And one last thing, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore the red flags and don't be afraid to confront difficult situations head on. Your intuition is a powerful tool, and it can often save you from heartache and pain. Listen to it, trust it, and let it guide you on your journey. You deserve to be happy, and you deserve to be with someone who loves and respects you unconditionally. Don't settle for anything less. So go out there and create the life you deserve. Be brave, be bold, and be unapologetically yourself. The world needs your unique talents and gifts, and you have so much to offer. Don't let anyone dim your light, and don't let the pain of the past hold you back from achieving your dreams. The future is yours for the taking. Embrace it with open arms and a grateful heart. And remember, I'm always here if you need me. Feel free to share your story, ask for advice, or simply vent your frustrations. I'm a good listener, and I'm always happy to help in any way that I can. We're all in this together, and we can support each other through the tough times. So don't be afraid to reach out and connect. You're not alone, and you're stronger than you think. And with that, I bid you farewell. May your life be filled with love, happiness, and endless possibilities. And may you never have to experience the pain of betrayal that I went through. But if you do, remember that you have the strength to overcome it, and that you are worthy of a beautiful and fulfilling life. So go out there and make it happen. The world is waiting for you. In conclusion, my journey through betrayal and heartbreak has been a transformative experience. It has taught me invaluable lessons about love, trust, and the importance of self-care. It has made me a stronger, more resilient, and more compassionate person, and it has ultimately led me to a life filled with happiness, love, and fulfillment. So, to anyone who is struggling with betrayal, I offer this message of hope. You are not alone, you are worthy of love, and you have the power to heal and create a beautiful future for yourself. Don't give up, keep moving forward, and never lose sight of your dreams. The world is waiting for you, and you have so much to offer. And with that, I say goodbye. May your life be filled with joy, peace, and endless possibilities. Alaric signing off. Remember, you are stronger than you think, and you are worthy of happiness. Never forget that.